Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Let's Play Frostpunk. I'm Thetymix, and we're in day 32. Cold front about to arrive. That's our main concern right now. We need to jack up the generator to steam level 3, which is the highest that we have available at the moment. Get that heater rolling through there so that everybody can stay warm. Now, I did realize one thing that I forgot to do yesterday, which was to take down all of these. So let's do that. Let's make sure, A, that nobody's living in them. But also, let's get the resources back from them. That's going to be important as well. Should be able to get those down by the start of the workday, I would think. And now the sick dipping down below the level, and now we can start closing down infirmaries, and that will leave less heat going out that way. Also important. And here comes the freeze. We were fully prepared for it. We have no homeless. All of that is good. I'm getting more resources as those houses go away. Necessary but temporary. And we're just wrapping these up, but we're going to have to pause these now because we didn't quite make it on all of them. It's time to get to work. Okay, now we have a few groups of hunters that are not quite back yet, as expected.
May the Lord save all workers from harm.
Shoot, I didn't turn this on. Oh well. Only a slight delay. Get going. Need it on during work hours. There we go. Cookhouses are on. Everything else should be. And now I can put workers in these. The sawmill, because that steam hub is on, we're just going to utilize them working in the sawmill and the coal mine. Now we've still got an automaton doing wood here and 2 in the coal. So we're still going to be running a couple of sawmills today, bringing in a decent amount of wood, I hope. And I'd like to get the rest of these workers, I'm going to go a little bit slowly here because I want to get the rest of the workers out of hunting when they come in. These buildings are cold, and we accept that for hunting since we don't really have a choice in the matter, but we don't want them to be in there all day. And there's the last of them. See, everybody is at work. I'm going to pause it here. I'm going to finish up demolishing these. And now I want to take down that right there as well, so I can put up another cookhouse. I'm going to hold with our current resource depots for now. I can always build more if I need them. But I'm going to try to hold with those and just sort of save up resources. Now, I did turn on the heaters and put people back in the steel. I needed the heaters to make that work. But I'm not planning on keeping them in there forever. Once we get up to about 500 steel, then I'm going to stop running those. I'm going to save those heaters. We can, actually a bit late in doing this, but I can take people out of some more infirmaries. We'll need to run 3 of those right now. Use the 3 over here. And all of that going quite well. And there's our scouts. Let's, by all means, let's get one of those out right away. So I don't know exactly where I'm going to want them, but I want to send them out this way and just get them on the path. They're obviously, you know, like a day to day and a half, about a day and a half actually, behind the other scouts, but get moving, get out there. We can always redirect you later. What's next for research? That's the operative question. Well, I don't want to get that, you know, the storm thing for quite a while. I know it needs to be done. I just want to get work on doing it. And the next thing, let me check here. Now, right now, the generator is the biggest expense, but the heaters are significant as well. And during warmer weather, when I can run more heaters and more buildings, they're actually quite a bit more than the generator. So I think for the short term, you know, the other thing is how much you save, because our advanced heaters use 3 coal an hour, and this will drop it by 1 coal an hour. So we'll save about 300 you know, coal a day by doing that, according to that outlay. Now this is 10% less coal if I did the generator efficiency upgrade, so that would actually only be 170 some per day. So either way you slice it, it's better now, and even more superior in the warmer weather when we're going to run more of these, or when we have a bunch of infirmaries going. So I definitely want to get the heater efficiency upgrade next. Save on coal wherever we can. And we've got a little bit over an hour until that scout gets to its destination. There we are. The stone ship. A distinct spot in Frostland. We can use it as a waypoint for further exploration. Search might provide... we don't know. Our search hasn't uncovered anything of value, but we may be able to reach some more promising locations from here. Well, that's something. There's nothing to do. Okay. We've only got the 2 spots left over here right now, so let's send them on to the snow-covered supplies as the great frost bears down on us evermore. And I do not think there's... well, yes there is. I need to get that cookhouse built. Fits very nicely in there. And that'll give us a third one that can operate tomorrow. And of course, if we... are able... excuse me... to get this up and running, or if we, you know, if we need that, then we'll be able to use the steam hub for less time if we didn't need the coal and this. So it may not be useful that often, but regardless, being able to have another cookhouse to get the work done, definitely going to be very beneficial. And there it is. You can turn that heater on. Almost done for today, so I don't really need it for the moment. They're just barely going to be able to finish, though. And I wanted to dismantle that too, and I forgot. Didn't use it, so yeah. That's something else we can work on tonight. Okay, so we've got 3 cookhouses now in this zone operational. That's gone. We'll get a 4th, and that will be enough for what we need. So let's see. Yeah, let's just go forward to the end of the day. There we are.
Labor is done. Thank the Lord.
So almost 500 steel, right at 499. So I think we probably won't be operating those tomorrow. Steel or coal is going down despite our saving resources efforts. I can knock another group out of an infirmary now to help a little bit with that. So it's decreasing, but it's not decreasing as fast as it otherwise would be. If we still had all those steam hubs up, this would be a disaster. And yeah, 574 food. Things definitely looking up, but we want to keep pushing in that direction. Let's get some more hunters out. And I didn't have quite enough wood to fully manipulate the labor, but most of them got into place. Not too happy about that group. I gotta wait for everybody to get where they need to be now. Hopefully that won't take too long, and then we'll do a bit of building. Whoops. Well, that went a little longer than I would have hoped before stopping it. Scouts getting to the snow-covered supplies. Snow covering the crates is deep, but we're sure there are some valuable supplies buried down there, says raw food. Which we could definitely use. Lost supplies. Shoveling through the snow, we discovered several crates full of supplies. There's no telling who might have lost them here. 42 food. Well, I was hoping for more than that, but we will take what we can get. And there's nothing else over this way, which is good because of the storm. Now let's head you over here as well. Everybody heading to the same location because I want to make darn sure there's nothing more out this way before I come back. Looks like we just need... There we go. Alright, well, it took a few hours, but we did get everybody in there. As far as the automatons go, I've got 2 in the coal and 1 in sawmill, but a different... I never yanked these workers out. A different sawmill this time. I'm moving it over here, and the reason is that I'm eventually going to want to build an infirmary cluster here. You know, I can have a steam hub here with 4 around it. It's basically it's eventually going to get cold enough that I'm going to need to do that. So that's a really long-term bit of planning, but I want to make sure this sawmill isn't still there when that hits. So let's get rid of all the stuff around that. Now I wanted to take down this cookhouse. I don't think there's anything else. Possibly more resource depots, but if I want to do that later, I can. There's nothing imminent. No storage problems at the moment. I think I just want to keep going. There's our nighttime procession, which we probably don't even need anymore. But we can go down to 1 infirmary. I'm going to keep 1 up at all times, I think. And we're about to get a new scout arrival. Right at midnight. How about that? We reached the ice corridor. We're following the wide corridor of crushed ice that the American dreadnought, the USS Hephaestus, left in its wake. Search might provide, who knows. A triumph of engineering. We marvel at the thick slabs of ice that have been crushed and swept aside by the American dreadnought Hephaestus. Soon we might be able to learn how it accomplished such feats. We can see a huge silhouette in the distance, which might be its sister ship Prometheus. Icebound Dreadnought, so we found a new location. I'm going to reroute everybody there. So we've got 10 hours, 7 hours, and a day and a half, basically. As everybody continues to head out to the north-northeast with the frost approaching, and let's see if we make it in time. Okay, we shouldn't have anything more going on for several hours here. Just want to keep a close eye on the number of sick so I can ramp up the infirmaries when I need to. Something else going on here. A runaway child. Sir, a man is here to see you. He says that his daughter ran away after the news of the storm spread. He wants to borrow a scout sled and go after her. She's a big girl, but she was always very impulsive and she scares easily, the father explains. I must find her before she's lost for good. She's all I have left. We can stop him because he'll die as well and hope will fall. We can equip him for the journey with 30 food rations, or we can ignore him. Well, I think that we've got enough food to handle this. Compassion, you know, I mean, it's probably a waste. Let's be honest. It's probably a waste. But give him a chance to find his daughter. Okay, now we need to upgrade our infirmaries. Not upgrade, but add another active one. Let's do that. Wow, only 15 sick tonight. So that's going to make a big difference. Only have to run a couple infirmaries and not use up any more heaters than that. Meanwhile, food is at a decent level with a bunch more coming in. Wood is slowly climbing. Steel is fine where it is. Coal hanging on just fine. And we're about to get the next food shipment in. So that is day 32. 2 more days of this cold front. Then it's going to get warmer and go right back down a couple days later. So we'll have a stretch in here where we can do a little more work, probably be a little bit more productive. But we're feeling pretty solid right about now. Still lots to do on the research front, though. Be back soon with more. Thanks for watching.